Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading A Multi-Character Listener by me. So let's get into it. Kazuha. Kazuha just loves you. And he finds way too many things about you to be very pretty. Way too many to keep tabs on. And that's maybe why his eyes shift to one thing in particular a lot more than usual and a lot more than the others. Your thighs. It's probably your fault, honestly. He's not to blame. You're the one who shows them off a lot. And it's not like he minds. They're very pretty, very juicy, and very squishy. They're as squishy as a pillow in his own opinion. And that's probably where the idea comes from. He wants to rest on your thighs. Just to try how it feels like. And honestly, he thinks any man who tries this would be blessed for eternity. That's why he feels like he just has to try it once. And he braves up, and one day, when the two of you are cuddling, he lays his head down on your thighs and lets out the softest, most relaxed sigh that he's ever let out. He may as well be in heaven right now, from how good everything felt. He closed his eyes, smiling, and you are staring at him, blushing. Kazu? Hmm? Well, nothing. I'm just surprised. Don't be then, he said, pressing a soft kiss to your thigh. This certainly won't be the last time, he said with a soft smile, which made you blush brighter, yet smiling at him as he put a gentle hand on his hair. I don't want it to be. Heizou. Heizou is obsessed with those eyes of yours. Like, probably a little bit too much. In a pervert's way, but it's not like you don't make it clear that you like the attention that you're receiving, that you love him, and that there is no reason he needs to worry about anything unless you tell him that there is. So, that's why he never bothers trying to mask up any feelings he has. If he feels something, then he's going to be very straightforward with that. No hiding, no tricks, just honest feelings. No playing around. And that's why as soon as he feels like he needs to rest in your thighs, because they look too good, way too good, and when you are wearing those thigh highs, they were irresistible for him. So that's why right now you're sitting down, patting your thighs, and gesturing for him to lay his head down on them. And as soon as you did, he buried his face in them, making you blush brightly as you let out a soft laugh. He truly was adorable, even as sometimes he was a little bit too perverted. But even then, he would still say that even that part of him you loved. There was nothing not to love about Heizou, even the way that he would cling to you, and the way that he would demand to lay at rest on your thighs many, many times later, now that he's tried it for once, because he knows now how amazing it is, and just how he cannot give it up at all. Maybe you spoil him, but honestly, what would he do if he didn't? He's too irresistible. Scaramouche. Scaramouche would be really shy, and too embarrassed to even ask. He'd be looking at you, and in those eyes of yours. Once that made him go crazy. He loved you a lot, and maybe your looks were not the reason, but he won't deny that you do look amazing. And maybe it's distracting, you will admit, but he will never ask to rest in your thighs. Never, ever. Scaramouche is never good at asking for things. So that's why, when you just come to sit next to him, and he finds himself unable to resist any longer, he decides he'll take what he can get. and without asking. That's why all of a sudden, our animal boy here decides to lay his head on your thighs, telling you that he's exhausted and too tired, and he's too sleepy to get a pillow. And as you're about to move to get him one, he just lays on you even more, letting all his weight rest on you, as if it's an indication for you not to get up, and he does not move, for you to be able to move beneath him anyway. So you knew you were stuck here until he wanted you to get up. And since you didn't want any of that now, you were just going to continue watching what you were while he stroked his hair gently, and as he melted under your touch. To be honest, maybe he should have done this sooner. It was the best thing he's felt in his entire life, and he does not regret one bit. But if you tease him, oh, he's going to sulk so much. So, try to hold back, at least for now. Cyno? Cyno never felt that he would be doing this in his entire life. And honestly, he's a little bit ashamed. How dare he stare at you like that? He feels like some scummy pervert on the street. And honestly, he's not too far off from one, from the way he's wanted to touch you so much. And wiggling at you like this. He's ashamed. How dare he? But honestly, maybe it's not so bad. After all, you are partners, and this is probably something that you expected, right? Okay, maybe he was looking at your thighs too much, but you were wearing shorts since it was summer and very hot in Sumeru, so he couldn't help but stare a lot, and that's why his hands just simply could not be kept to himself. And that one night, he put a hand on your thigh while the two of you were growing close. They were the softest and squishiest things ever. And he's been itching to lay his head down on them. It keeps him up at night, and that's why he decided to do it, because he was not going to deal with the inner turmoil any longer. So once he did it, you were blushing, looking down at him. Cyno, I need to get up. I haven't even cooked anything for us yet. Well, I'm not getting up, so you better deal with it. Cyno. Nuh-uh. Not moving now. It's needless to say that the two of you stayed like that for a while now. Cyno was enjoying himself a little bit much, but honestly, you were glad to see him like this. He really needed the rest.